Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are starting with a new chapter which is engine and power plant. Just a small disclaimer that I don't owe any of the images and these images are used only for the training purposes. So let's begin. So 320 aircraft, Airbus 320 has two engines. Okay, this engine can be of two types. First can be CFM and second is IAE. During this course, we will be studying IAE engine. IAE stands for International Aero Engine and the model is V2500 Alpha 5 engines. Okay, so this engine has a high bypass ratio and also it has a FADEC. So basically in 320, the speciality of 320 aircraft is that everything, okay, all the systems has a computer, has something which is controlling it and monitoring it. Likewise, even the engine has a computer which is called FADEC. Okay, so FADEC full form is Full Authority Digital Engine Control. I'll write down here, Full Authority Digital Engine Control. So FADEC is the computer, we can say it is a computer which is used for the engine. What it does, it controls all the engine parameters and it monitors it, okay, and detect any kind of malfunction. So we will see the FADEC as we move further with the chapter. Today we will be discussing just the basic. So let's see the component of the engine. This is our jet engine. Okay, so what are the component? It has a fan, it has two compressor. First is the low pressure compressor and second will be high pressure compressor. Then we have combustion, okay, and after that we have two turbine section. One will be high pressure turbine section and another will be low pressure turbine section. And we have an extra thing which is called a accessory gearbox. So it also has a specific function in the engine. So low pressure compressor. Low pressure compressor has 4 stages. Okay, it has 4 stages. High pressure compressor has 10 stages. High pressure turbine has 2 stages. And low pressure turbine has 5 stages. So this is something which you should remember. Okay, now let's see the working. How does the jet engine work in 320 aircraft? It will be similar to the jet engine. So air enters through fan. Okay, after that it is compressed in a low pressure compressor. So air which enters through the fan, it is compressed in a low pressure compressor. After that, the air is divided into two parts. Most of the air will flow out of the core, and this is the air which will produce engine thrust. Okay, so most of the air will be going or will be flowing out of the core, and this is the air which will be providing most of the air, and the remaining air will be going through the high pressure compressor, and this high pressure compressor will compress the air more further. Okay, this compressed air will then go to combustion chamber for combustion. So what happens is, after low pressure compressor, once the air enters the low pressure compressor, once the air is out of low pressure compressor, it is divided into two parts. Most of the air flows out of the core. Okay, and it is used to produce engine thrust. It is used to produce engine thrust. And the remaining air will go to the high pressure compressor. So this remaining air will go to high pressure compressor for combustion. Okay, So this is something which you have to remember. After it goes to combustion chamber, what happens is, in combustion there are 20 fuel nozzles. There are 20 fuel nozzles. 20 fuel nozzles and 2 igniters. This 20 fuel nozzles and 2 igniter will cause combustion of fuel and air mixture. Okay, and after combustion this air will be cooled into turbine section and then it will be exhausted. So what happens is, after the combustion the air will be cooled in turbine. Also this turbine will drive the compressor, okay, and then the air will be exhausted outside. So this is the basic function or the basic running of the engine. Okay, clear? Let's move to the next part. Next important thing is FEDEC. FEDEC, as I've said, FEDEC is an computer which monitors and controls the engine parameter and engine. So this FEDEC has 2 channels, okay. It has 2 channels. One is active and one is standby. In case one of the channel fails, the other will take over automatically in FEDEC. And this FEDEC is mounted on the fan case. Where is it mounted? It is mounted on a fan case. Functions. So these are the function of FEDEC. Let's see the function. Function of FEDEC is automatic engine starting sequence, automatic engine start adjustment, N1 and N2 overspeed protection. Now what is this N1 and N2? So N1 is rotation of fan and N2 is rotation of high pressure compressor. Okay, N1 is rotation of fan and N2 is rotation of high pressure compressor. So N1 is measured from here. Okay, this is N1 and this is N2. Here is N2, here is N1. Next function is EGT, exceedance protection, minimum idle speed adjustment, maximum thrust value, auto flight thrust adjustment, manual input thrust adjustment, reverse thrust sequencing, engine operating parameters and display, and engine failure presentation. So these are the FEDEC functions.